Good morning, good afternoon. Just what's up? What's up? Welcome to another Shard Sports and Faith SSF episode where we talk sports-based topics and we also talk faith-based topics. And if you're wondering my faith, I'm a believer in Christ, so my faith-based topics usually aligns with my faith in Christ. Today I want to talk about is KD a bus rider? Is KD a bus rider? Now, when we're talking about bus rider, and let me go back and say Kevin Durant, which is KD. Well, if we talk about a bus rider is usually a person that is, when we talk about basketball sports, a bus rider is usually a person that is just a role player. Similar to if you watch basketball, Steve Kerr, who was a guy who was set up by the double teams that Michael Jordan created because he was such a great scorer and so dominant. He got a lot of double teams. So they needed a shooter to open up the lanes for Michael Jordan. And this has been that way since probably basketball been invented. But Michael Jordan, you would call him the bus driver because he was the best player on the team. He got all the attention from the other opponents, and he got a lot of attention from the sports media. So they're trying to say that KD is a bus rider, which is nothing but a role player. And I'm going to let you hear Charles Barkley speak on how he feels that Kevin Durant is a bus rider, and I'm going to come back and debunk that. So if you feel free to check this out.
I don't think I ever played in the playoffs.
Here we go.
Is Kevin Durant a great player? He is, and he's been stifled by Boston. And
I was going to go there.
And let me tell you something. I don't want to badmouth the dude, but I see you guys always talk about that championship stuff. I try to tell y'all, all these bus riders, they don't mean nothing to me. If you ain't driving the bus, don't walk around talking about you a champion. If you riding the bus, I don't want to hear it. Come on, Shaq, tell them. All these guys walk around with these championship rings. Hey, y'all bus riders. But let me tell you something. When you the bus driver and you got all that pressure when you have to play well or you going to get the blame, that's a different animal.
It's a different animal. But I think also guys on the bus.
Yeah.
They're also giving directions.
Yeah,
giving directions.
No.
There are guys that are on that bus giving directions. They're not just sitting there.
Yeah, they just on the bus.
No,
because let me tell you something. The Clippers. Because let me tell you.
There's guys. Okay, Kevin Durant's not on the bus. He's just not on the bus.
Yeah, no, but what has happened when he was driving the bus?
Well, he's never just.
No, what was happening when he was driving the bus?
He lost in the finals.
Yeah, okay, he did. And then when he was in Oklahoma City again.
But he was driving. You don't think he was the bus driver in Golden State?
No, I do not.
You don't think he was the best player on that team?
No, I do not.
Wow, I do.
Well, you can say that, but
I thought he was the best player.
You don't join no 73-win team and talk about you.
But he was the best player.
No, he got MVP. He wasn't the best player. Iguodala wasn't the best player. He got MVP. Stop that.
All right. Well, that's something.
Okay, so Charles Barkley saying that KD was a bus rider instead of a bus driver, and I totally disagree with him. And if you've been paying attention to it, Charles Barkley and KD has been having an ongoing beef since then because a lot of these media just talk some mumbo jumbo, and you have to watch the game for yourself and make a judgment on it based on what you're watching. You don't need to listen to these guys who a lot of time the mainstream media control the masses. But that's another topic for another video. These guys sometimes, I don't know what they're talking about. Let me just go over a few of KD career statistics. Kevin Durant, 6'11", 240 pound, small forward, power forward. KD for his career has averaged 27 points per game, 7.1 rebounds, 4.3 assists, 1.1 steals, 1.1 blocks, shooting 49% from the field throughout his career, 38% from three, and 88% from the free throw line. KD this year is averaging 29.5, round that off to 30 points per game, 1.4 blocks, 56% from the field, people, 40% from the three-point line, people, 93% from the free throw line, and he's averaging 6.7 rebounds and 5.2 assists. The guy is 8-0 right now. He's been traded from Brooklyn to Phoenix, and now it's playoffs. They play this. I'm doing this video Saturday, March 15th. So the playoffs is tomorrow. They play the Clippers, and they 8-0 when he has been playing for Phoenix. The guy is 50, 40, 90. And this is not like Giannis. And this is no discredit to Giannis. Giannis is a great player. To me, the best in the game right now. This guy is shooting 50, 55%, 40, 90. You hadn't hardly seen that. 50, you usually see 50, 40, 90. He's 55, which is actually shooting 56, 40, and 90. And he's not, when I say Giannis, he's not Giannis. Giannis does a lot of his damage by going to the basket, constantly putting pressure on you in the basket and the post. KD does a lot of his scoring during the mid-range, crossing you over, pull up mid-range, getting you off balance and pull up mid-range, off screens, mid-range, off screens, 3, or getting you off balance with his handle, 3-pointer, going to the basket, driving to the basket, getting to the free throw line. A lot of this off double teams. Then if you double team him, he has the ability, because he sees the courts pretty well, and pass. Really good defender. His game is similar, if you really watch it and pay attention, to Jordan or Kobe Bryant. Those type of guys. And to me, he's one of the top 10, one of the, if not top 10, top 12 greatest players to ever play this game. And if he win a championship, he can move even higher, even higher on that, even get, in the top 10 to me, which I kind of think he's in the top 10 now. So for Charles Barkley and Shaq yes, you're right. I agree with you. Another one. For those guys to say this man is a bus rider is absurd. It's foolishness. It's crazy talk. It's mumbo jumbo. How could you say this? And a lot of people believe this. A lot of people give KD a lot of slack. They criticize him heavy because he left OKC, which he left OKC because he wanted to play in a system. He wanted to play in a system where the game, where the court was more, they had more ball movement. You had other shooters. You had other skilled players with a coach that know how to implement a system that'll get the best out of him. And he went to Golden State, which was best for him to win a championship. When he goes there, he get criticized. Win a championship, was clearly the best player on there, won 2 finals MVPs. He's criticized. His championships don't count. He needs an asterisk by it. I'm like, wow. Now, LeBron James did the same thing. He didn't go to a team that had him already, but they put those guys together with Dwayne Wade, who's a top 3 player in the game, Chris Bosh, top 10, top 15 at that time, and LeBron was top 2, top 3, probably number 1 then. You knew they was going to win, but LeBron is praised for winning championships, and when he started losing, he needs more help. He needs this, and he has the most help probably than anybody in their careers, but when KD do it, he's weak, he's soft, he's not great. It's foolishness to me. It's just what the media want to portray because they like LeBron. To me, if you ask me, they like LeBron because he's got the smile, got the charisma, family man. KD doesn't seem to be media friendly, doesn't have the family. And he's not get the credit, but the guy, if you look at it, the last from 2017 to 2021, to me, for a 5-year period, 6-year period, if you want to say, to me, he was the best player in the game at that time until Giannis took the crown. But to me, he was the best, and right now, he's the top 3 in the game right now. And if Phoenix does well and he plays well, they're going to win the championship. Phoenix needs KD to play well to win a championship. And they talking about, oh man, you're not a bus driver if you don't have to play well and all the pressure is on you. The pressure is on KD. What is that talking about? Foolishness. Let me give you a few more stats and I'm gonna let this video go. In 2017, in the 2017 finals, KD averaged 35 points per game, 8 rebounds, 5.4 assists. 55% field goal shooting, 47% from the 3, beating Cleveland. Let me tell you something. The time that Golden State beat Cleveland, which was 2014-2015 finals, they beat them because LeBron was pretty much by himself. He didn't have his co-stars with him. His co-star speaking, Kyrie Irving, who injured his knee in the finals. And Kevin Love, I think he messed his arm up. So just LeBron by himself, and he got 2 games. You didn't have nobody to compete with LeBron. Steph Curry and Kyrie was on the same level, basically, to me. You had Kevin Love, Klay Thompson, pretty much same level. Tristan Thompson and what he did for that team, Cleveland, and Draymond Green, somewhat same level. But you didn't have nobody. You ain't have a dog to compete with LeBron. So they wasn't going to beat those guys. Again, in 2016, they went up 3-1. Then LeBron, Tyronn Lue, and them, the coaching staff figured out, and they was able to beat them, coming back from 3-1. And they was not going to beat Cleveland again. Cleveland was dominant in the playoffs until they met up against Golden State once they got KD, who was the equalizer for LeBron. But they played so well together, they dominated, and KD dominated, and he was clearly the best player. In the 2018 finals, again, when they beat Cleveland, KD averaged 29 points, 11 rebounds, 7.5 assists on 52% field goal shooting with 40% from the three-point line. Outstanding performances. And he tried that time to give it to Stephen Curry because he had not won a Finals MVP, although he should have won it in 2014-2015 Finals. So KD was trying to give it to him, but Curry was having such a bad game. KD said, I cannot afford for us to lose. Let me put the team back on my back again and let me dominate it, and he got to win. So how could you say a guy like this is a bus rider when he is clearly the bus driver? Man, you cannot listen to a lot of these mainstream media guys. Some of them have hate against another guy, jealous of another guy, or the powers that be, the people that's over them, want to promote another guy above them when these two guys are equal. Or those two guys are maybe equal. So, man, you have to see the game for yourself, watch the game for yourself, and make a discretion or a judgment for yourself. And you can see that, man, these guys don't know what they talk about on some subjects, which they clearly don't know what they're talking about. In this subject, talking about KD is a bus rider, when he clearly, every team he's been on, he's been the best player, and the team needed him to win. Thank you guys for listening. Comment your thoughts. Like it if you like this video. Subscribe, because you're going to get more and more content like this, as well as faith-based topics like this. And I'm going to try my best to bring out 2 to 3 videos a week, and even increasing as time goes by. Y'all have a blessed and prosperous day. And as I always like to end the video on a positive vibe by saying peace and love. Peace and